What your cat really thinks when you pet him. Science will surprise you. You're petting your cat. He's purring. His eyes are half closed. He's leaning into your hand. Life is perfect. And then, out of nowhere, chomp. He bites you, or swats you, or just gets up and walks away like you don't exist. What happened? You were being nice. You were showing love. So why did your cat just reject you? I'm your host, and this is Cat Logic, where we decode what's really going on inside that furry little head. Today, we're looking at the science of petting-induced aggression, and trust me, what you're about to learn will completely change how you touch your cat. Let's start with what almost every cat owner gets wrong about petting. The petting paradox. Scientists call it petting-induced aggression, but I call it the petting paradox. Here's the paradox. Cats actively seek out human contact. They rub against you, they jump on your lap, they headbutt your hand. But then, after inviting the interaction, they suddenly decide they've had enough, and they let you know, usually with teeth. Why would an animal ask for something and then punish you for giving it? The answer lies in your cat's evolutionary hardware. Dogs were bred for thousands of years to enjoy human touch. A dog's brain releases oxytocin, the love hormone, almost immediately when you pet them. But cats? Cats are descended from solitary desert hunters. Their wild ancestors didn't cuddle. They didn't groom each other for hours. Physical contact for a cat is complicated. The overstimulation study. In 2013, researchers at the University of Guelph in Canada studied 120 cats and their owners. They filmed hundreds of petting sessions and analyzed exactly when cats lashed out. The results were remarkably consistent. On average, cats tolerated petting for exactly 2 minutes and 30 seconds before showing signs of agitation. But here's what's fascinating. The cats initiated most of these interactions. They wanted contact. They just didn't want it to last very long. The researchers called this overstimulation. Think of your cat's nervous system like a cup. Every pet fills the cup a little. A scratch behind the ears, 1 drop. A full back rub, 3 drops. Belly rub, that's 10 drops. Danger zone. When the cup overflows, the cat bites. And here's the kicker. Your cat doesn't know the cup is about to overflow until it's too late. Cats don't have the same predictive awareness that humans do. They're living completely in the moment. So 1 second, everything feels fine. The next second, too much. And their instinct is to stop the sensation immediately with claws. The no-go zones. Not all petting is equal. Some areas of your cat's body are much more sensitive than others. Let me give you the petting map based on research from animal behaviorists. Green zone, generally safe, base of the ears, under the chin, and cheeks. Yellow zone, proceed with caution, top of the head and upper back, but only short strokes. Red zone, high risk, belly, this is a trap, tail and tail base, extremely sensitive, paws and lower back near the tail. Why is the belly a trap? Because that's your cat's most vulnerable area. In the wild, a predator goes for the belly. When your cat shows you his belly, he's not asking for a rub. He's showing trust. He's saying, I feel safe enough to expose my weakest spot. And then you touch it, and his instinct screams, danger. Tail talk signal. Here's the most important thing you'll learn today. Your cat does warn you before he bites. You just aren't reading the signals. Let me show you what the research from the University of Trento discovered about cat tail language. First, cat A, calm and relaxed. Tail held high with a slight curve at the tip. Slow, gentle tail sway. Ears forward or slightly to the side. Soft, blinking eyes. This cat is happy. Pet away, but watch for changes. Now, cat B, tense and agitated, tail twitching or thumping rapidly. That's signal 1, irritation. Tail held low or tucked, signal 2, anxiety. Ears flattening or rotating back. Some people call these airplane ears. Skin rippling along the back. That's signal 3, overstimulation.
and a sudden stop in purring. That's the final warning. When you see cat B's tail start to twitch, stop petting immediately. You have about 3 to 5 seconds before the bite. The researchers found that 87% of cat bites could be prevented if owners stopped petting at the first tail twitch. 87%. The consent test. So, how do you pet a cat without getting bitten? The answer is surprisingly simple. The consent test. Here's how it works. Step 1. Extend your hand toward your cat, but don't touch. Stop about 6 inches away. Step 2. Watch what your cat does. If your cat moves toward your hand, rubs against it, or headbutts you, that's a yes. Green light. If your cat does nothing or moves away, that's a no. Respect it. Step 3. Pet for 5 to 10 seconds, then stop. Pause. Watch. If your cat leans back in or headbutts you again, continue. If your cat does nothing, stop. This is called consent-based petting, and it completely changes your relationship with your cat. A 2020 study from Oregon State University found that cats who were petted using the consent method showed 73% fewer aggressive behaviors and spent 40% more time actively seeking human contact. Your cat doesn't want less affection, it wants affection on its terms. What your cat really thinks when you pet him. So let me tell you what your cat really thinks when you pet him. He doesn't think, I love this human unconditionally. He doesn't think more petting equals more love. He thinks, this feels good right now. I'll let you know when it doesn't. And that's not cold. That's not unloving. That's honest. Your cat lives in the present moment. He doesn't pretend to enjoy something he doesn't. He doesn't tolerate discomfort to spare your feelings. When a cat lets you pet him, truly lets you, without tension, without tail twitches, that's not obedience, that's genuine enjoyment. And because cats are terrible fakers, you can actually trust it. A dog will let you pet him even when he's tired. A cat won't. And honestly, there's something beautiful about that. Thanks for watching Cat Logic. Next time you pet your cat, watch the tail, watch the ears, and try the consent test. Then leave a comment. Where does your cat hate being petted the most? The belly? The paws? The tail? I'm your host. See you in the next video. And remember, a cat's bite isn't rejection. It's just communication. Sharp, painful communication.